Hello, in this video, we continue to read the book, The Cashflow Quadrant. And in this one, Robert Kiyosaki is saying, build a system around your passion. This is video number 70. Please join me. Hello, welcome to Take a Step to a Better You. If you are returning, thank you very much. Appreciate you. If you are new, welcome. My name is Sherifa Nakalema. And on here, I'll show you my schedule. I'm here daily. Daily, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, business tips. And we'll get them from books. If I finish this one, I'll start another one. And then last 9:30 a.m. US Eastern Time. Then on Thursday, I drive around, or sometimes I interview someone. Something I call it free day. That's a little bit different, casual, not too serious. But mostly I drive. I drive and show you places in Virginia, USA. Or sometimes I go out of Virginia. Then on Friday, live, we discuss topics that are fun, actually. They're interesting, anything to do with making our life better, time management, success habits, all that, anything. Then on Saturday, I come back again on a live. This time is affiliate marketing focus, and I'm an affiliate marketer, so I share tips and ways to earn money online. That one is Saturday, live. All of that is earlier, but then later on Sunday, later in the time, move it from 9:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. That's USA Eastern Time. Please Google to see what that equivalent is in your own country. That's Sunday motivation. That one comes a little bit later. Intentional, because some countries are left out, so I decided to put them a little bit later when can also come. So that's what we do on Sunday motivation. Please consider subscribing and click on the bell so you get to know when I have the new content. The message is take our lives to the next level. That's my mission right here. So today, this video will continue. We just continuation. Video number 70 it says, Robert says, build a system around your passion. But if you want to see all the other videos that I've recorded from number 1, remember this is 70, in the end screen, and also the description and a pinned comment. A pinned comment, you see all the videos that I finished, and it's a playlist, Cashflow Quadrant. And then the book is free audio for 1 month. You just give them your name. They want your name, but they give it to you free. You can watch free for 1 month. That's Amazon Audible. And then also in the description, a link to the physical book. If you want to buy the physical book, you have to go. It's linked directly to this book, Cashflow Quadrant. Okay, let's read number 70, where he's saying, did I mention 69? In 69, if you want to go back to 69, but you have to find it in the playlist, like the most recent one. Actually, the most recent one is this one, 70. But right before that, we covered Poor Daddy's Gift to Robert Kiyosaki. Those quotes, they are business education quotes. So if you care about what we did before, please get in the description and you find the videos. I number them, I give them numbers. That will be number 69. Now, let's get to today's message. Today's message, I named it like that, build a system, but he comes on it later. He comes to that message later. He first talks about downsizing. So I'm going to read now. So downsizing, calming. That's what Robert puts a subtitle. We'll come to the main message next. He says, in 1983, I was invited to give a talk to the MBA, Master's in Business Administration class at the University of Hawaii. I gave them my views on job security. They didn't like what I had to say, like always. Many people didn't like what he had to say when he said same as a loser and all that stuff he used to say. So then he said, they didn't like what I had to say. In a few years, many of you, this was a quote from his speech. In a few years, many of you will lose your jobs. Can you imagine someone saying that to you? Or be forced to work for less and less money with less and less security. Yeah, they didn't like that. Because my work caused me to travel the world, now he's ended the quote. I witnessed firsthand the combined power of cheap labor and innovation from technology. I realized that a worker in Asia, Europe, Russia or South America was really competing with workers in America. I knew the idea of high pay and a safe, secure job for workers and middle managers was an idea whose time had passed. Big companies would soon have to make cuts both in their number of employees and the dollars they pay to workers simply to be able to compete globally. I was never asked to, he says, I was never asked back to the University of Hawaii. They didn't like what he was saying. But a few years later, the word downsizing, he puts in quotes, became commonplace. That's what he had predicted, right? Every time a big company merged with another company, workers became redundant and downsizing occurred. Every time the owners wanted to make their shareholders happy, a downsizing occurred. With each downsizing, I saw the people at the top get richer and richer, and the people at the bottom pay the price. Every time I heard someone say, I'm sending my child to a good school to be, so he or she can get a good, safe, secure job, I cringed. Being prepared for a job is a good idea for the short term, but it's not enough for the long term. Slowly but surely, I was becoming a teacher. Now we get to the topic, to the subheading that I called this video, I named this video, build a system and around your passion. Although my manufacturing company had turned around and was doing well again, my passion was gone. Rich Dad summed up my frustration when he said, school days are over. It's time to build a system around your heart. Build a system around your passion. Let the manufacturing company go and build what you know you must build. You've learned well from me, but you are still your father's son. You and your dad are teachers deep in your souls. Kim and I packed up everything and moved to California to learn new teaching methods so we could create a business around those methods. Before we could get the business off the ground, we ran out of money and we're out on the street. It was that phone call to my rich dad, my wife standing by me, anger at myself, and a kindling of the passion that got us out of the mess we were in. Soon we're back to building a company. Remember, he made a phone call. That was the other video. We covered this where he was talking to his rich dad. That was in a previous video. I think it was 67. The company was an educational company using teaching methods that were almost the exact opposite of those used in traditional schools. So that's the company he had created. Instead of asking students to sit still, we encouraged them to be active. Instead of teaching via lecture, we taught by playing games. Instead of being boring, we insisted our teachers be fun. Instead of teachers, we sought out business people who actually started their own companies and could teach using our style of teaching. Instead of grading the students graded the teacher. If the teacher got a lousy grade, the teacher was either put through another intensive training program or asked to leave. Wow, that's so interesting. That's so interesting. For those of you who come for a discussion, I'm marking this because I'm going to get questions from here. Those of you who watch later or who come on Friday to answer, make some money, that one. That's what I just read right there because it's so interesting. Age, educational background, sex, and religious beliefs were not criteria. All we asked for was a sincere desire to learn and to learn quickly. We were eventually able to teach a year's worth of accounting in one day. Really? I don't think that's possible. You will learn debit, receiver, credit, giver, I think, in one day. No, I don't believe that it's a joke. Okay. Although we mainly taught adults, we had many teenagers learning right alongside highly paid, well-educated business executives. Instead of competing on tests, we asked them to cooperate on teams. Then we had the team take a test, competing against other teams, taking the same test. Instead of striving for grades, we bet money with winner take all. The competition and desire to do well as a team was fierce. The teacher did not have to motivate the class. He or she just had to get out of the way once the learning competition began. Instead of quiet and at test time, there was yelling, screaming, laughter, and tears. People were excited about learning. They were turned on by learning and they wanted to learn more. I'm reading the last part. We focused on teaching just two subjects, entrepreneurship and investing, the B and I quadrants. The people who wanted to learn these subjects in our style of education showed up in droves. We did not advertise. Everything spread by word of mouth. The people who showed up were people who wanted to create jobs, not look for jobs. Once I made up my mind not to quit that night at the phone booth, things began to move forward. In less than 5 years, we had a multi-million-dollar business with 11 offices throughout the world. We had built a new system of education, and the market loved it. Our passion had made it happen because passion and a good system overcame fear and past programming. I love that. Did you love it too? Wow, that's how we did it. That's very interesting. Okay, because he said our passion had made it happen because passion and a good system overcame fear and past programming. There's a lot to learn from that. What do you take away? He also said something else that I had noted here because he said that let's see, that education became reality. No. I wanted to mention that. Did you see that he decided to create a system? But of course, the idea from his rich dad, that is the system, an educational system that was different from the system that he hated, the school system. Now, my takeaway from this is that when you come up with something, you feel like, remember the passion that you could, even if something doesn't exist, you can create it. His passion was to teach people differently, and he achieved it. Can you imagine these books? I don't think you're going to find another book like this. Like, you see, I read both books. The way he brings in examples, the way he brings in conversations, these are very interesting books. When I started out to read the first one, the Rich Dad Poor Dad, I thought I was going to summarize. I could not summarize because it's continuous. It's conversation, the style. I feel like that's his passion, and he brought it out so well. There's something to take away from this. If you feel a passion that you want to do something, please think about it. But remember, they moved to California to understand, to study. They had to think fast before then they created the system. You can talk to experts. You say, you know what? This is my passion. I want to create this, and see what they say. They give you ideas how to put it together. Just come with the idea, and then remember to protect it. By the way, they call them what? Patents, whatever those protections. Once you come up with an idea, by the way, don't tell everyone about it. They'll steal your idea. Haven't you seen people going to court because their ideas were stolen by friends? You go to a friend and tell them about your secret idea, and they take it away from you. So be careful who you talk to, or they make them sign a document, non-disclosure, something. You go to a lawyer. If you know you have a very good idea, even your friend could steal it away from you. What you do, go to a lawyer first and protect it. Protect the idea. There's a document they have to sign that, you know what, I'm telling you this, but I don't disclose. I don't know. I just hear. You know, I read a lot of stuff. I mean, a lot of books, and I hear stories too. So when you come up with an idea that you know is an original idea, before you share it with anyone, talk to a lawyer. Draft out a document that they have to sign before a non-disclosure, I think they call it, and then talk to them. Talk to whoever you want to ask, because they can steal your idea. Then you go protect it so they can't steal it. Okay? Those are my 2 cents. What do you think about what happened here? This is going to be fun. We're going to discuss it on Friday. On Friday, come live. This is going to be a hot discussion on my channel. I give money also if you give the answers. Okay, add a comment. Like I always end them, I say, take very good care of yourself. Take very good care of your families. Take very good care of your health. Take a step to a better you. Bye-bye.